in 5. Fuck that.
You are listening to Offensive Lines with Marlon and Boyd. Small stakes NFL gambling for the average fan.
Welcome to part 2 of our Super Bowl Offensive Lines podcast. I'm Marlon.
I'm Boyd.
And, well, we have...
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm just saying, we've committed. We've put our money on the Niners to cover.
Oh, I hope we're right. I do. Baltimore still scares me, but you have to listen to part 1 to get all our opinions on that.
Now, on the other hand, we haven't lost quite enough money this year. We need to lose more money. So we're going to throw some money at props. We are not betting the coin toss. We are not betting national anthem.
Oh, come on. Give me at least the national anthem.
Well, there's been many disputes, and, as far as I understand it, there were disputes about payouts. When does the anthem start? When does the anthem end? It's just such a fuzzy area of sports gambling.
Well, if you were on the inside, I was thinking about this today. Shows you how shallow my life is. The insiders at CBS would know how long it's going to be. They will have it all mapped out for their production. Couldn't somebody on the inside bet?
Well, yeah, and that's why they stopped betting on, Survivor. And we're talking, early Survivor. The Grips started to throw money at one character. And even the offshore betting lines, which used to actually take real money on this, stopped allowing that as a bet.
Crazy. It's crazy the amount of shit we can bet on now. You can bet on the color of the Gatorade that they're going to dump on the winning coach.
You worked in a bar. You worked in a restaurant. What wouldn't your coworkers bet on?
No, we bet on pretty much everything. Or the customers. I've got customers I bet football on. I lost $20.
Oh, no, I'm not even talking sports. I'm talking about...
Oh, yeah.
How many women versus men will walk in the door. You'd lay a line on that. I mean, that was just the way it used to be before the internet. We had to make our own lines.
Yeah. I watched Corner Gas repeat. And they were betting on
We're
shit.
We're Canadian.
They were betting on shit like that, making their own lines in the bar. It was funny. It reminded me of my life.
There was also a good episode of The Office where they bet internally on everything that happened in the office, including Kelly Kapoor, how long it would take her to describe Netflix, and how many romantic comedies would be involved. But this is neither here nor there.
So which one are we starting with first?
All right. We think that the most fun bet here is which two players will score TDs at some point in this game.
Well, the prohibitive favorite is Frank Gore. He's minus 150. I think he's going to score a touchdown in the game, but it's not worth the bet to me. There's not enough payout. If we're going to make prop bets, we got to look for something a little deeper. In my opinion, and I will give you my first pick. It's from Baltimore. Bernard Pierce.
Really?
Plus 400. I think he's going to have a bigger game than Ray Rice. He had a bigger game than Ray Rice in the AFC Championship game, rushed for more yards. And I think against the Niners defense, if they get to the goal line, he's getting the ball.
At plus 400. It's not crazy. I just see him lose yards too many times.
He had 9 carries for 52 yards against the Patriots. He's actually, to me, he's run better in the playoffs than Ray Rice.
Okay, what's Pitta paying?
Pitta is plus 160.
Oh, that's a bad number.
Well, yeah, all the top guys are getting plus 150. Like Ray Rice is plus 100. Crabtree's plus 100. Kaepernick plus 120. Bolden plus 150. Torrey Smith plus 150. Of the Ravens, I think that's the best bet.
Okay. I don't mind that.
The only other one I see that has value is Joe Flacco.
When I think about that fake handoff where he just came around the end, I actually like that bet. What's Flacco paying?
Plus 650.
If we're going to bet a Raven to score a TD, I like Flacco.
Okay. I don't disagree with that. The odds of him, I would think, scoring a touchdown are better than Pierce, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Particularly if you get to 6-inch and just stretch that body out.
Yep. Okay, so $5 bet pays $37.50. See,
wow.
These bets are fun because it's going to be. This is just little side bet shit that keeps us interested. I'll be dancing a jig if he scores a touchdown, and I'm cheering for San Francisco.
This is why gambling is great. You know.
Well, our teams aren't in it. So you have to have something to enhance the game a little. At least that's what I find. And it doesn't have to be a lot. I do $1 bets on hockey parlays that'll pay $100 just to keep me interested. And they hit me once or twice a year, but it pays for the year. So who gives a shit?
Well, okay. Even if you lose, we're not losing the rent money. You know? I like Flacco.
Okay.
Who's your outside choice from the Niners? Randy Moss?
I was thinking of him, but I'm just going through the list here again. What would you say to, and this is going based on Baltimore special team play against Denver, Ted Ginn Jr.?
That's got to be big money.
At $5, it'd pay $50.
I love it.
I
really do. I mean, I'm supposed to argue with you here or agree with you here, but seriously, why not?
The only other thing would be to take like a defensive player from San Francisco, because Moss is plus 250, Vernon Davis is plus 160, Crabtree's plus 100. Those and Kaepernick's plus 120. And after that, the only other one would be Delanie Walker. He's plus 300. He's not even.
Delanie Walker, I thought would be much higher than 300, because that's who I thought I would want to bet on this.
But I like the Baltimore special teams aren't great. Even
no, actually, they were statistically the best special teams in the league all year. That Denver game was the aberration.
Yeah, but Welker had a nice run. If he'd have been Ted Ginn, it would have been a touchdown. in that
Well,
game.
let's look at the defensive players. What does Golson pay?
16. You'd pay 80.
That's my hunch.
But holy, how many punts and kickoffs are there going to be in this game? And the 49ers, have they had a pick in the playoffs yet? Oh, they had one against Green Bay, didn't they, for a touchdown?
Yeah, but I think Flacco, how many times has he floated that ball to Rice where the safety cheats underneath, seizes it and takes it back? The Sanchez. $5 is way too much to bet on that. You're right.
I just think Ginn's going to have the ball in his hands more.
Why not?
With giving
I'll
us
take
more
the Ginn. I'll take the Ginn.
Okay, $5. Ooh, 55 that pays. What? Well, do you want to go 5 on Goldson too? I'm not against that either. I don't want to blow a hunch and then we end up missing it. It's only $5.
It's $5. What the fuck? We're degenerate gamblers at this stage.
That $5 bet pays 85. Booked. Oh, we're already off the board here. Oh, this is what I like about our podcast. Well, it's the last game of the year. What the fuck?
Exactly, and
if we hit
$2.50 each, it's, well, we'll have to deny each other a Subway sandwich at some point.
Yeah, I can't get a pint. I can only get a glass of beer. Okay, so what are we moving on to next?
It's the MVP.
All right. I'll let you lead off on this one. Who were you thinking in this one?
This is a classic hedge bet situation. It always goes to the quarterback. Always. We're talking 90%. Unless Ray Lewis takes some sort of thyroid gland, Hunter Thompson lick it off the end of a matchstick craziness, a quarterback will win the MVP.
Okay, well, here I'm... Now, you were thinking of Goldson, right?
Yeah?
He's 66-1.
No, he's never going to win MVP. A safety has never and will never.
But here, listen to my reasoning. This goes back to you thinking he's going to score a touchdown. If he has a pick for a touchdown, that's the game-changing play.
Rodney Harrison had the greatest game ever. I was in Vegas. I was betting it. But I was sitting around in the room. Rodney had like 2 picks. He had one of the most dominant games as a safety ever. No, I actually started a chant in the room screaming, Rodney MVP, Rodney MVP. No, he didn't get it. Well, he won that fucking game for the Patriots.
James Harrison would have won the MVP if Pittsburgh hadn't allowed that touchdown to Fitzgerald in the last 3 minutes.
Doesn't matter. No safety's ever going to win it. Only a quarterback, arguably a receiver who puts up over 200 yards. I just say the math is simple. If we split our bets on Kaepernick and Flacco, we're almost guaranteed a victory here.
Okay. How about this for just throwing it out there? Because I don't think the Ravens are going to let Kaepernick run on them, which I think is probably the only way he gets MVP. If Frank Gore scores 2 touchdowns again, he's MVP. What about Gore and Flacco?
Okay.
Gore's plus 700. Kaepernick's plus 140.
All right.
I'm just throwing it out there. If you want to
always goes to the quarterback. I mean,
yeah, but who would have got it last week or 2 weeks ago in Atlanta? Who was the MVP of that game?
You see, here's where I hate this bet. It's just subjective bullshit.
I know, but Gore would have won it in Atlanta. They would have given him the MVP if they had an NFC champion.
No. They would have still found a way to give it to the quarterback.
No, it would have been Gore. 2 touchdowns. Dominant.
I mean, yes, he's sort of a brown-skinned, tattooed guy, but always give it to the white guy.
Okay, no, we'll do that. We'll go Kaepernick.
Just bet the quarterbacks.
Yeah, it gives us the bet odds.
And by the way, we actually make profit if my math isn't wrong.
Yeah, if Kaepernick wins, we'll make $2 profit. So that bet is placed. Kaepernick $5 to win the MVP at plus 140 pays 12. Flacco plus 225, $5 bet pays 16.25. So if Kaepernick wins it, we win $2. If Flacco wins it, we get 16.25.
And we're screwed if a non-quarterback wins it, but
the only one that's
percentage of non-quarterbacks winning it is very slim.
Yeah, and they're the most well-known players on the team too. So advertisers want it, everybody wants it. So
yeah.
No, it makes perfect sense. Gore's the only one.
Sorry, I think this is the most intelligent and cynical bet I've offered all year. I shouldn't say Gore's the only one that scares me. If Ray Lewis has a pick and 13 tackles, he'll get the MVP. Yeah, it's a risky year, but nevertheless, bet on the quarterbacks. And in this case, we can bet on both quarterbacks, still make a profit. It's a cynical bet. It's an evil bet. And I'm not even comfortable doing it, but it's the smart bet.
Yeah, no, it is. No, you've thrown all the money away.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Now, what's our third and final prop?
Let's go lottery.
We're going exact winning margin. And for all of you that have listened to the first part of this podcast, you'll know we've picked the Niners to win. So we're going to be picking their exact margin of victory. And by going by the point spread and that we took the Niners to cover 3.5, we're obviously going above that. How far?
7.
Stay tuned.
7 is my number. Niners will win by 7.
I was thinking 4.
Oh, no. I think if the Niners are going to win, they are going to win comfortably.
Well,
there will be a late Baltimore drive when they are down by 7, and it will get down to a 4th down play to potentially tie. Can Baltimore do the miraculous Denver comeback? And it pays 11 to 1.
Yeah.
That's my number, is 7.
8 pays 30 to 1.
No, because it'll still be down to the last drive.
28-20, 28-24. How many games in the playoffs? How many games in the playoffs have won? I'm gonna Google that just quickly.
We're actually getting better numbers on a 4-point margin.
No, I know, because seven's the number. I know. I just want to see if I can Google it. How many games were decided by 7 points? NFL margin of victory numbers.
4 and 3 are the numbers.
Okay. 7 points, 8% of the time. 3 points, 15%. That's the highest.
I think the Niners win this outright. 7 points is my number. What's your number?
4. 4 points, 5.58%.
All
7.
right. At 4 points, we're getting 15 to 1.
Yeah.
This is a lottery pick. Let's take your 4. What's paying better?
Fuck, I hate these bets because I'm thinking, well, what if they win by 7? Then I'll feel like a tool.
Oh, yeah. I'm such an a-hole.
No, but I know you won't say anything, but myself, it's a 3% difference.
If you listen to our earlier podcast, I advocated we just go hard on the Niners.
Okay,
I think they win by 7.
7? Okay. 7 it is. $50. Fuck. $55. That's good enough for me. What I would like, here's how this scenario could play out for us and work out really well. Kaepernick scores a touchdown late to win the MVP, and they win by 7.
Could happen.
We have exact winning margin, San Francisco. Niners win by 7. Our $5 bet pays $55. The bet is booked. Now, for anybody that wants to check out all the prop bets, because there's hundreds of them, we can't go through them all. We had to pick 4. We could have been here for a 4-hour podcast. Go to sportsinteraction.com. It's our site of choice. Payouts immediate. It's in your account seconds after the game ends. They've been great for us the whole year, or full 2 years. So just a little plug for them. They don't give us any.
They're licensed in Canada.
Yeah. So easy to get to if you want your money out. They're actually a sanctioned site, not like these ones you're betting offshore or something like that. So use them. We don't get anything for that plug. They don't even know we exist, but we like using them. So we hope you'll give them a shot too. Maybe tell them you heard about it from us. Would be good. But Marlon, like I said in the first part, it's been a pleasure this year. I hope we cash some big tickets this week. But I'm just going to enjoy the game. I'm going to enjoy the game one way or the other. This is going to be, I think, one of the better Super Bowls, and they've all been pretty good the last few years. This one's going to be one we're going to remember for a long time.
We'll see. They all look good on paper.
That's what we're going to be cashing on Sunday, bitch. So if you want to check out the podcast, Just go to iTunes, search Offensive Lines, or visit our website, offensivelines.ca. You can follow us on Twitter for any updates to our posts on the website or new podcasts. It's at Offensive Lines. Check us out on Facebook.com/Offensive Lines. And if you want to contact us and mock our prop bets, you can email
Mock us on any level. You can take it.
You can email us at offensivelines@shaw.ca. I'm Boyd.
I'm Marlon. It's the end of football.
Prop it up, bitches.